Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today I've got another episode of Classic Candy Corner. Now, this one is a little bit different because it kind of came in at the end of the tail end of the classic era. These haven't been around for a really long time. I think they hit sometime in the 80s, and they were kind of new. I guess it was the company that they were trying to put out a new formula or a new kind of sensation that they thought, and I guess it kind of caught on. And I remember, this kind of makes me remember the Willy Wonka, when they had the secret formula for the gobstoppers and all that. And this one came out, like I said, around probably sometime in the 80s. I don't know the exact date, and I remember the commercial for it. The guys were kind of dumb on there. I don't know why they came up with this name for it, but they would on the commercial they said, "We've got a new chocolate bar, and what is the name of it? Whachamacallit. What is it? What do you call it? Whachamacallit. What do you call it? Whachamacallit." Whachamacallit. And that's what it was. And this came out somewhere around the line. And so this one, it says 230 calories for this. And it's the Whachamacallit, deliciously crispy, made with chocolate, peanut flavored crisps, and caramel. That's what it was. I had these a couple times. I'm not sure if I really remember getting these all that much. I tried it when it first came out, and I thought it was just okay. It wasn't one of my favorite ones, but I did have a few times. I think I got it for sometimes I'd get it from the corner market or the gas station or the drugstore, and it is kind of crispy. And here you go. That's what it looks like in the thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, it's got that little peanutty, crispy, kind of almost like a Rice Krispie treat. And it's got a little bit of caramel and a little bit of chocolate on top. And it is very crunchy, and it's got that milk chocolate on it. So go ahead and give it a try. I remember this now. Really nice, crispy kind of peanut butter. Very crunchy. It's like if you made Rice Krispie treats with peanut butter. So, yeah. And then that caramel's nice and chewy. So, yeah. I do remember this. I remember I had a few times when I was little, and I don't know that they have any other versions of it, like in the little packs for Halloween or a king size one. It was always kind of like I don't know. I guess you'd call it like the redheaded stepchild of the chocolate bar. It was kind of, not real popular, and it was kind of thrown in the mix, and some people liked it and some people didn't, and it always seemed to be kind of off on a corner, like in the edge of the candy aisle, off by itself, or on the by the register, kind of in the corner. A lot of people didn't really look for it. I guess it wasn't a real popular thing, but I got it a few times, and I don't know. It was always interesting to try the new flavors, and I think this came out sometime around the time that the Reese's Pieces came out, and some of the other newer versions of some of the classic candy. So was always interesting to try one of these new items, and Whachamacallit was a catchy name. I don't know if they decided to come up with that, just, sitting around one night and saying, we got this new chocolate bar. What do we call it? I don't know. What do you want to call it? What should we call it? Whachamacallit? I don't know. What you want to call it? Whachamacallit? Okay, we'll call it Whachamacallit. Yeah, I wish I would have been one of the marketing people back when they came out with these new names for these new chocolate bars. And I don't know who approved it, but it's kind of not the most effective one. But sometimes they'll put names on these things and crazy names and marketing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's always fun to go back and try these old classic candy bars and candies, stuff from the old days. And I remember some of the other classic candies that I used to get in the wax lips and the little syrup-filled wax bottles and some of those things. And those were around, and used to get those. And when it came to chocolate bars from, the classic time, like I said, I think my favorite was Peanut Butter Cup, and I also liked the Hershey bars and the Special Dark bars and some of those other ones. And those were my go-to candies. And most of the time I'd just have the plain peanut butter cups or the plain Hershey bar or something like that, just because I preferred the simple stuff. And when I was little, they didn't have a real big variety like they do now. They've got all kinds of different companies putting out chocolate bars and candies and stuff like that. And when the ice cream men came around, you only had a few, classic candies and sweet tarts and things like that. And that's kind of what I remember growing up with. So kind of had to go with it. And like I said, this was kind of a come lately bar. This is kind of a later version of some of the candy bars. And it's always fun to try them. And, sometimes when kids were growing up, now a lot of people, the older adults that have kids, they introduce their kids to some of their favorite chocolate bars. And maybe this was one of your guys' favorite. And you can, introduce your kids to it and say, I used to try this when it first came out back when I was real young. And so Whachamacallit, and you can try for yourself, see if you like it. And so if you're a fan of peanut butter, it's a really good thing to try. So anyway, that's kind of my memory of the Whachamacallit. And like I said, I get them once in a while just because I want to kind of relive the old days with some of the classic candy. I always liked a little bit of chocolate and peanut butter. Sometimes I'd make my own. I would get a Hershey bar, or I'd get a Special Dark bar, or now they even have those things called nuggets. They're the little chocolate blocks, and they're different ones, I think, like with dark with almonds and dark with raisins and dark with whatever. And anyways, then you take that and you take a jar of peanut butter and you dip chocolate into it and you eat it like that. Or I'd spread it on with a knife. And that was like the old commercial for Reese's peanut butter cups, and they're walking down the street and the guy bumps into them and dumps the chocolate bar into the thing, and it says, "You got peanut butter in my chocolate." "No, you got chocolate in my peanut butter." "Hey, this tastes pretty good." Two great tastes together in one. Chocolate peanut butter cups. That was kind of the commercial. So yeah, all the old days with the advertising, never knew what they were going to come up with. So that's the marketing geniuses at work. So If you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification bell right over here. And if you have any suggestions on any classic candies you'd like me to try, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. And I'll try to get to them and see if I can find some of your favorite candies out there. So, till next time, Drew's Food Reviews, this has been another episode of Classic Candy Corner. And I'd like to thank you for stopping in. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out. So until next time, Drew's Food Reviews, I'll talk to you later. Cut. Take two. That's what you do. Whachamacallit. Oh, upside down. Whachamacallit.